All right. Hello and welcome. Another turn of Mekone, and we're going to get a double turn in here as I am the last one to go. So that's fun. Go ahead and take a look at our battles. This is us against the horse tribe. And what we're trying to do here is have everybody run straight and then collapse down. So we might take a few more rounds of arrow fire, but the hope is to hit them and work our way down this line so we fight as few horsemen in melee as possible. Because the arrows, I mean, they can certainly hurt us with the arrows, but all of our guys have shields. Yeah, somebody got shot there. So the arrows shouldn't be like terribly damaging, whereas the lances are much more likely to be so. So let's go ahead and speed it up until we get into melee here. So you can see it didn't quite work out. The Ekdromos have gotten themselves in front, and we're hitting a little bit in front of where we wanted to be, but honestly, as far as it goes, it's not so bad. It's pretty good coverage throughout the squares. They're also getting some friendly fire here, it looks like, which is nice. And so we're just sort of keeping as many of the horses busy shooting arrows. This guy has got a cripple or something, limp. And we're working our way down the line. Looks like we got a bit of a rout. Is that everybody? No, not everybody. I think their last commander now is here. I think it's this dude, yeah, with the silver helmet. At this point, though, we look way ahead. All we have to do is avoid routing ourselves, and I don't think they can stop us. And that should be the commander, I think. Do they have another one? No, they're routed. Okay, so that worked out. We lost one Ekdromos. That's pretty clean. This one we were also a little worried about. We've sent in our depleted party of peltists against the wolf tribe. Now, I think we should do okay. We're going to get a whole round of javelins off. Again, we're relatively resistant to the arrow fire, although we lost 2 peltists already, so maybe not. And we've got 13 defense, and we've got a little bit of reach advantage over their little knives. And we also do outnumber them a fair bit. So yeah, they already went ahead and routed off the front. So that's pretty nice. And now we just gotta go and see if we can get to these and clear these archers before we rout. And getting in melee, we should be in pretty good shape here. Yeah, we're good. So we lost 7 peltists. The peltists just take a lot of attrition, I think, one way or another. But this party is starting to get kind of low. We're down to 33 peltists. Let's see what TNN did. We're gonna save. We'll save the other province. We've got some Tuatha warriors, a she champion, and then I think there's a she warrior and some furbogs here up against heavy infantry and light infantry. So our Tuatha are pretty good. They should be able to hold the line pretty well here. +4 attack and magic resistance with their length 3 spear. They should get a decent amount of repels. They're up at 19 attack. And they should be able to hit and kill stuff pretty quick. What is that? A Phantasmal She. That must be a DE spell. I'm not familiar with that one. But nice win for TNN. And then here, this is TNN once again attempting to take on the Bear Tribe with the same thug as before. Although I think last time he had protection and now he's got stone skin. Temper armor, that's like plus a couple prot at construction 1. And he's gonna bless for our attack bonus, as well as some MR, although that's not terribly relevant here. Is he getting in there? He's got something. Oh, he's got boar skin. Okay, so he's at 23 prot. Boar skin's gonna add 5 natural prot, I think. But I don't know if it actually works. Yeah, it didn't increase his natural prot at all. Upgraded version of all the phantasmal spells. Okay. But he did gain slash resistant. So no bonus to prot there, but the slash resistance helps. Although not against any of these guys who have spears. Archery, always a little dangerous if you get your glamour popped. There's a good stab. This guy's got awe and fear, and last time he routed himself, I believe, despite taking no damage. This time he's stabbing his way through some stuff. A lot of awe checks. That's all these little yellow glowing bits. All right, we'll speed it up here. Nice 41 damage hit there. Okay, they've routed off. They've all routed off. And another success for TNN. So two wins for TNN here. We are doing the Cryptarian and slaughtering our own population. So that's great. But Unrest is down. So that's good, I suppose. And we have, wow, plus 26 gold. What an event. And we've got a lot of Helheim. So Helheim is all the way up to here. They're all the way down here. We did see in the game chat, it was negotiated publicly between not Helheim, one of the other people on Helheim's team, that they were going to hold this cap circle province from Bod for 2 turns and then give it back. I can't imagine that Bod's going to be super pleased with the way this border looks. But Helheim is looking extremely scary, and we are kind of not that close to getting our Helheim killing stuff. Our big trump card over Helheim is probably Power of the Godslayer. That's Evo 3. We're at Evo 1.5. So I'm going to take a little, and we're not currently going for it. I think that there's potentially an argument to be made that we need to switch to go for that, because Construction 3 is our Godslayer Forge, which isn't going to help us a ton against Helheim if they have crazy high defense. And we don't know what their bless is yet, because we will never hit them with our fun spears. And Legions of Steel may or may not help. It depends how much strength they have in their bless. Whether or not they sort of just, bop off of our guys, and then maybe we can whittle down their defense while they can't get through our prot. But I'm thinking we want to finish Construction 2. We can then make hammers. Hammer, and get those over to TNN to start making owl quills to get their research online. But I'm thinking maybe Construction 3 has to wait for Evo 3. Just because I'm a little afraid. There's been no Diplo so far, and they could kind of be anywhere. With that said, for us, I think the only move that makes sense is to attack these Marcata. We could honestly lose to these Marcata. Just there's a lot more of them. We were down to like 30 Peltists, but who I think could get killed by Archer Fire. But I don't. If the Peltists die, the Peltists die. I'm like not terribly concerned. Here we have our Cav killing group. So we want these guys on hold and fire and hold and attack. Only question is, are we too far back? We'll move forwards just a little bit here. This guy's going to be on hold 2 turns and attack. I think this way we should absorb the cav charge with our little dudes, and then we can hopefully chop them up with our high quality hoplites. This group is going to run down here. There are cataphracts. We're going to reposition like this, and we're gonna move all the way to the back. We're gonna put everybody on a hold and attack closest. Let the cataphracts get way out in front of the light infantry, and so we can hopefully kill the cataphracts quickly. We need some PD. Neither of the provinces we took have any population to speak of, so we continue to be very poor. However, the unrest in our cap, at least, is kind of down. It's turn 7. This is probably the province that we're going to want to build a fort on, if we can. I believe Abyssia is going to be sending us 100 gold. So that is helpful. If we have 200... we get another 500 and another 100. we'd be very close to being able to put this up next turn. It's still a little risky though. Actually, hold on. We need to recruit this guy instead. Minus 1 resources is very painful. Could also recruit a scout maybe. Probably need that for later. Okay, we have PD everywhere. I think that this should be fine. If we get attacked by Helheim, we're gonna need to just do our level best to research, and see if we can't hold him off. And I think we should be 500. We should be good to build a fortress or to start construction. Between the extra income from taking the provinces, the little bit of gold, and then what we're saving up here. There's not really anything else we could spend the money on anyway. We need another commander. We're going to send out, this is going to be our last party basically, and it's going to start moving down this way. And then we can work on backfilling this and this. I guess this isn't a backfill anymore because of Helheim, so we'll see what happens here. But, 1 scout left. Gonna send him over here to see if we can't spot the Helheim bless. And I think this should be good. We're researching. Got recruitment. We've got PD. I think we're gonna go ahead and submit here, and we'll go right into the next turn as well. So everybody bear with me for a moment, and let's hope we don't see Helheim flags. Let's hope we beat the various heavy cav we're fighting into. Reduce defense levels. All right, here we go. We got a bunch of stuff from Abyssia. We got our god. Kailasa got their god. Oh boy. Okay, we bumped. And they had to go first. This is our nice farm. And they've got a decent quantity of stuff here. This looks pretty bad for us. Let's see what the bless is. Let's hope it's something crazy like ethereal. Invulnerable and regen. Okay. Twist Fate, regen, strength, blood surge, and invulnerable. Invulnerable is great for us. Everything we have has magic weapons. We do not care about it at all. Regen shouldn't matter. We deal plenty of damage. Strength +2 is okay. Blood surge, I give a hard time killing our stuff. Twist Fate's annoying because we have kind of low attack density. There are a lot of cav here. Honestly, we could have lost to this many cav probably. I'm not surprised that Helheim has been able to expand the way they have though. This is a very awake bless. They're getting the bonus benefit. Akira, who is their pretender, has bonus astral points, so that's how they got their Twist Fate. All right, come on, Indies. Get this guy. He's on the side. He's all alone. I will speed it up though. Doesn't look like they're gonna get much of anything done here. Worst Indies ever. They killed 2 Huskarls. All right, so this is gonna be tough. We do have to break through their glamour, and they still have like really good defense, even though it's not like super buff defense. It's still a lot. I'm gonna put us on fast forward here. I don't think we're going to get this. I think that we just don't have enough troops, and their bless is too strong. Yeah, we killed 1. That sucks. Okay. Yeah, we lost everybody except 2 slingers somehow. We killed a Hellcarl. Okay, we killed a Hellcarl and a Hellherding. This looks like it's probably more than 1 expansion party. Hmm. Well, that's bad. That's very unfortunate. Let's see how our other expansions went, I guess. So they were all a little dicey. So we're definitely going to take some casualties here, but hopefully we can whittle down these heavy cab. We lost our Ekdromos, but they were the Lance Catchers, so that's sort of to be expected. Looks like we're doing okay here. We just gotta avoid a rout. Okay, they've routed, so we got that one. And this one is against the Marcata, which we could also definitely lose because all we have are Peltists. And there's just going to be potentially a lot of incoming arrow fire. But it may be the case that the monkeys really just are that bad. No, we routed. Yeah, too much arrow fire. We lost 20, plus some in the retreat. Ah. Okay, we also got our Crypties. We have a negative event in the Dragon Ridge. Oh, we are killing our people in Mekone, but that's on us from our god. Let's look at the rest of the battles from our team. This is the same thug from TNN. Once again, he's not up against like a ton of stuff, so he should hopefully be okay. Ooh, enlarge. Not sure why he did channel Divine Blades and then enlarge. He's taking some damage though. He does. Ooh, that's so bad. He's just not killing enough to make this work. And so this is a pretty big loss, right? This guy was an adept researcher. He had more than that, he had inspiring researcher, and he could cast dolmens. And none of that is going to be a thing anymore. So that's very unfortunate. This looks like assassin expansion gone wrong. As there is still a commander here. Looks like he's going to make it off the field, though. Okay. How about another one? All right, that one worked. And this one... Oh, look at those burning ones. They look spicy, going up against these Jades. Cold Bolt is not their friend, but I don't think it should stop them. Look, maybe we lost one there? Not sure. They're going to be successful here. We did lose one. Okay. Abyssia sent us a message that maybe we can afford some stuff now. They sent us 100 gold, which is very kind. They also sent us a Mind Shield they got. And a shield. Okay. So Helheim has taken this away from us, which sucks. So we're not immediately going to attack back. We just lost most of our Gigante. I think we need to return to base, such as it were. This is actually like a nice province for having a mountain. Or can this group take this 20 barbs? How many guys we got left? 16? Never mind. Back to, I guess we can go this way though. Our commander did get away with the... How much stuff is left here? Oops, no, not that one. There are still just archers and one Atabi chief. We have 8 peltists. It's not a lot of peltists, but if we don't get this, it's going to be gone. And I don't care about these peltists live very much. Oh, do we think the Helheim is just going to charge in to our lands after this. They lost a Hellcarl. They lost one Hell Herding. I don't know if, I mean, it would be pretty, I don't, like, there's clearly not enough here to, like, actually attack us. They would have to be willing to do a whole follow-up engagement, which I don't think is super likely. I think we're safe enough to send this group out. And try and start taking some of this internal stuff. We've got, I wish I was Hinnom, the Telkine God King. He has awakened. Can they, I mean, they'd have to attack us again, and we could always move back to defend. And we could throw the God in there. Potentially. Oh, yeah. Turn has rolled. I just don't think that they're super likely to actually keep rolling in and attacking at this point. Like, I mean, there's just not that much here, and I could always walk back. I'm not going to send the God here, though. So the God could either research for 36 points, which is definitely not nothing, or he could start site searching. And he really, the problem with him researching is, of course, that he will murder my population, which I don't love. Unfortunately, his natural, I know they took the farm. They took it from me. They killed my people. Did you see the blessed cookies? They've got kind of a weird one. It's definitely one that I think that we can beat in general. But they had more stuff here than I did. Okay, here, we'll watch it again for you. So they've got Twist Fate, Regen, Strength, Blood Surge, and Invulnerability 10. So, like, I think that this is pretty good for us if we can get off the ground a little bit. Twist Fate's annoying. Regeneration shouldn't be that helpful for them because we should mostly bop them to death in just a couple hits. Invulnerability does nothing. All of our weapons are magic. And Blood Surge is going to have a somewhat hard time triggering, depending on who they end up fighting. Abyssia tips are good. But the way this sort of went here, we don't quite manage to get enough to kill too much of them. Exactly, we have a lot of magic weapons. So I think we should mostly be okay. But in this case, we couldn't get, we got kind of surrounded. But we're going to be able to produce at least comparable levels of heavy infantry stuff to what they have. I think it's a good matchup for us too. But I think it's a good matchup for us in like 5 turns. They did threaten you in the Discord chat. We'll get them back. But we gotta try. I think I don't want them to attack us for the next couple turns. And we may just have to let this go for a minute. And then come back and get them after that. Now, unfortunately, let's see. Do we have... I'm starting to think that there isn't an enemy capital here because there's still these 2 provinces are not cleared. And I just feel like they should be cleared. I lost 1 Locos and 8 Giganti. Yeah, I lost 8 Giganti. We also didn't kill the Marcata with our Peltists. Which is just unfortunate. There were just too many monkeys. Get this scout going. Yeah, I don't think that they look like they've got stuff here that they're gonna just go in and attack me. I just don't think that's what they're gonna do. So I'm gonna send a god out to site search and to get him out of Mekone. I believe they got stabbed to death. They don't, so they do, yeah, they could really use more attack. We only have 14 and they're on 20 defense. Even with no, or 19 defense, even with no help. And you gotta get through the Twist Fate. And then, unfortunately, they have more stuff, so we just end up taking some big shots. You know, we missed. They hit us for, this guy hit us for a point, 9 points. This one, he got, the Light Lance got us off of a, yeah, he attacked through big roll there, 24. So they kind of just had a bigger line. We did kill a Hell Herding though. And then one of their guys. They probably did. It looks like this is more than one party, if I had to guess. But I don't think that we could have, like, not gone for this. And I don't know how we could have gotten here much faster. Right, that was our first party of Giganti, and they just take too many resources for us to get them much faster. So, just unfortunate all around, I think. But maybe they'll build a fort there and we can take it. 3 commanders, though. It was 2 Van Herses and a Hellcarl. So that's 100, you know, it's 160 gold, and then another 65. That's 220. We lost 40 times 8, plus another 80. So we just gotta get some more Giganti numbers. And we're gonna be able to start adding. We're up to 6.5 Giganti now, which is nice. We've got a little bit more room to grow with that. I think we want to, what do we want to recruit? This is our best province right now, but I don't think I can start a fort on it, unfortunately. Obviously, the risk here without any diplomacy, yeah, we should talk to Bud. The risk here without diplomacy is just too high. I kind of think I want to end up starting a fort. Oh, not here. There's a death site here. We should keep in mind. Where can I put a fort? I feel like all of this is like at risk if they were to choose to attack. Here's an enemy candle. Dumb rock scaling. Who's that? Okay, this is indeed Zion. Zion has gotten 1 candle here. So I'm hesitant to put a fort here. I just don't think I have anywhere good to put a fort this turn. So I think I won't. I think we'll get a fancy mage. If we get a Basilius, then we can get a Polemark, and we can Blessing of the Godslayer. So we've got a big boy. Let's look at the, I didn't look at the shield. Mind Shield, Start of Battle, Astral Shield, and MR, nice. 16 prot, defense -1, parry 5. How does that compare to our normal shield? It is a lot less prot, but that's okay. Yeah. I don't know. I think we're gonna start on this Basilius. Although our research would be better if we go the other way, although we don't have the resources. Let's slow down our Gigante. That research is for 13. This research is for 17. We could also just keep making efforts to use in combat. Like build a fort next to the cap. I don't know, that might interfere with our resources a lot. Make another Elder Cyclops. And it has to be Basilius who casts my spell, right? Yeah. It's like this guy could do a lot of work against these Helheim units. Oh. Yeah, I think that's fair. That's what I'm thinking. I gotta try and conquer something. Unfortunately, this would be the best one, but it's got triple death. So I don't think, and triple heat. So I don't think that's the one. I could maybe be something in here, although it's a mountain. This isn't huge. I don't know. Kind of a tough spot. But I guess we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna recruit the Basilius. Start patrolling with our assassin. This guy also has now reduce unrest 5. So that's gonna do a lot of work to get unrest down and minimize the income hit to our capital. And then we'll get this guy out. He's going to be able to do a lot of good site searching. And then when we finish construction 2, we can also look to forge him some gear if he has to stand against Helheim. Let's look at their stats again. Okay. So their prot's pretty low. And against us, it is indeed going to be at 11. Their defense is super high. The Light Lance is going to deal some bonus damage on the first strike, but after that is not going to be super high damage. It's only 17, and there's a Huff Attack of only 13. Gotta get through the Glamour. And 10 regen is they're regening a single health point a turn. Just like, kind of whatever. And then obviously Twist Fate is annoying. I wonder if we put a Black Steel full plate and like a helmet and a shield on our god, if he's just invulnerable to this kind of thing. So there's Alkera up there. So Helheim proper has got to be here. So they've done a pretty good job, it looks like, of expanding out towards people and not into their center, which is nice for them. Bad for us. Okay. So we're recruiting what we can. Go start site searching with the god. The great news is that the god can only deal so much damage to our provinces, because most of them are just crap. We got some assassins I didn't watch. This is the one where the assassin, I guess, did not work. The Slayer failed. Can't view the battle, though. This is why, you know, you should assassinate them in bed while they sleep and not while they're fully armed and armored. Oh. Alright, so we're gonna finish construction 2. We're on our way up to Evo 2 or Evo 3. Our research speed isn't increasing that quickly, but it is eventually going to get there. I'm sure you'll get them next time. Oh, another one over here. Well, there's a lot of assassin expansion going on. Success. The demon breads are doing great. It's the Slayer who's a little dicey. Oh, there's Femoria. Yeah, I may want to talk to them. They must start here. And then TNG, I kind of thought was going to like sweep all this stuff up, but it hasn't really happened. Oh, this is the team we have the nap with already? It's a good job. Oh, another one. Another pair of successful assassinations. And there's Sorrow. Yeah. I don't know, we got problems. We got a lot of problems. I will say that. Or at least a lot of potential problems. I don't think Helheim's coming after us. We'll see if anything changes from a Diplo perspective, but I think as it stands, I'm okay with the turn the way it is. We're gonna hope we don't see a Helheim flag here. Amusingly enough, I think if Helheim moved here, they would starve. Because it has... Oh, no, I'm sorry. Supply usage is 3, supplies are 148. Never mind. Don't mind me. They would not starve. Looking at the wrong figure. Alright, I think I will go ahead and be done with this turn for now then. Turn 8. So... now, the question is, do I want to do anything else here or be done? Because we could talk about DE Hinam. There's a new game I saw recruiting for EADE, and I could pick Hinam. And figure out what I want out of a god. Always start with my good old golden idol. I feel like for DE Hinam, I want to do scale. So there's some with excuse me. Of course. with consume, with the mixture of consume strength for that extra 30% HP and the size, and then consume heart for the regen and reinvigoration, as well as removing fatigue. I was testing a little bit earlier, and you could put out some with just a pair or 4 Kohen, huge turbo communions. The problem, of course, when compared to something like Jotunheim turbo communion, is that you don't have long dead to reanimate. You're going to be doing other spells that are probably not as good as that. But it definitely very much works. I was testing, what was I testing? I was testing a build that looked something like this. 6 dormant. I think I was doing, is this what I was doing? Fire and shock, MR, surge and regen. And like, I think that this is theoretically workable. You've got regen to help your milk carts, you got regen to help make turbo communions. You don't have tons of money, but you can eventually do blood fecundity on big important provinces with blood empowers. You can do teachings of Kokobel to get up to luck 3 on your capital. It'd be nice to have more magic, but you don't. And then this is like this god wakes up and gives you regen for your first war. Although I think that the other thing I was considering is that you just maybe don't need regen and fire and shock for the first war on turn 15. Maybe you can go in prison to get the bonus points. 3 years is a lot longer though. This is a free-for-all. And this just gives you an extra 5 scales to play with, which would be kind of insane. Gives you perfect scales, but you have a lot of incarnate stuff that's not waking up right away. So that's a little dicey. And like you could, but the other hand, right, like what are you on turn 15? You're probably not doing a turbo communion anyway. It's more like, what do you need on turn 25? That's maybe the problem. So I was thinking maybe you do teachings of Kokobel on your capital to make up for the luck. And you avoid misfortune events with your Ami's fortune teller. But I could also see this being reasonable and just getting a lot more money this way. You don't have to waste any pearls on luck. You'll eat people faster than they grow, but only in some provinces. Like if you can, this build right probably doesn't make a lot of Rephites. So you really just have to worry about your cap only guys. And you mostly try and probably shuttle them to a wasteland somewhere. But like, I think this could be pretty nice. I mean, I think you could choose to go no growth and go for 2 magic and just say my population's gonna decline. But 2 growth puts you like in range of getting a growth throne for 3. We have seen a Hinnom survive with terrible research. It's definitely possible. It is a little tricky if you, not that one. Going for some Kohen to do a turbo communion is a little expensive, right? They're 250 gold each, so they definitely are pricey. I don't think that we can support Drain 2. I don't think these guys have 9 research. These guys have 9 research. We are not supporting Drain 2. I can't pay 120 gold for 7 points of research. And I have no way to make... I can make quills, but I can't make, like, the death... the death boost. Eventually you get lanterns, but that's like, you have a lot of research goals as Hinam before you get to lanterns. I feel like you'd be extremely sad on Drain 2. I have Death 1 access. Death 1 access does not do it. And nobody makes the blood item because it's terrible. So really I have fire and air, which are fine, but air is kind of a tougher one. I only have, it's a 1 out of 4 Ami. So you have to get them out sight searching, you gotta find the air. So many boosters. Maybe we'll just luck our way into all the boosters we need. I don't even know, what do you, I mean, we don't even need Drain. What would you even do with it? You gonna take a 3rd point of growth? You don't want to sell me death sticks. Yes, you can't. But I was thinking that you probably want, even on, yeah, you could empower. I was thinking even on, with a scales build, you probably still want a lot of long dead. It's probably where a lot of your death gems are going. Because the long dead, Hinam's long dead are pretty nice. But I really wish we didn't have to get, I wish this could be like water and shock resistance or cold and shock resistance, because we already have a lot of built-in fire. But this means that our super combatant just needs to cover poison and cold, which is totally doable. Yes, I mean, that is why you trade. That's fair. Although some trading boosters, I don't know about, I feel like I usually expect like a big premium to trade somebody a booster. But maybe not everybody feels that way. Yeah, I think the poison is not terribly a problem with the regen. I have seen my super combatant Melkarts get murdered by Frozen Heart, although in this setup they'd be much less. Yeah, fire has the cold resistance. They're much less vulnerable because they're regenerating. I guess some people have some good deals. That's fair. With this setup, the Melkart, right? So he starts at almost 70 HP. He then gets an additional 30%, right? So he's 69 HP times times 1.3. Brings him up to 90 HP. You can then put a regen ring. Yeah, there's lots of cold resistance options. You can then put a regen ring on him, and he can use obviously the regen in the bless, and then the regen from the consume heart, and be up to 30% regen, which means that he's regenerating 27 hit points a turn, which is gonna be difficult to cut through for an awful lot of stuff. Does fire in a jar give resistance? I guess maybe it does. I suppose we could go look. We don't get to do the cool upgrade your capital plan until we get up to Blood 8 or whatever, but... Oh, I did not turn on the mod. I think we actually could have probably lost to the cav that were in that province that Helheim took too. There was an awful lot of it there. It was more than I thought there would be. Okay. Fire. Whenever they all just get mixed together, I have a terrible time finding anything. There. Yeah, it's 5 cold resistance. There's also, okay, probably not Rhyme Harburg. The Blue Dragon Scale Mail, although it does obviously mean that you're down a little bit in terms of protection. There's some new, I guess we should research all the way up construction because there are some new items. Poison resistance. That is a lot of fear. This loses resistances. That's not the way we're... That's not what we're going for. I mean, I'm sure that there are definitely other... I mean, you could always throw a Ring of Frost if you really had to. You could maybe give... Like, even a Frostbrand has some cold resistance, right? You could probably find a weapon that has some cold resistance. The helmet, like your usual helmet, is just like a dragon helmet or something, right, for the morale, but you could do an ice helmet if you had to. So, like, I think it's totally... the cold resistance problem is totally workaroundable. But you just gotta be, you know, sort of ready for it. I think there's also some big hammer. I think there's like a frost, kind of a frost hammer you can whack people with. The Rhyme Hammer, yeah, 10 CR if you don't need a shield. Puts out a freezing mist. So I'm thinking of joining that game. We'll see. Oh, okay. They all require water. That's fair. I mean, eventually you'll find a water mage. But true. I suppose they all do require water. I would have to go to the mod inspector probably then to see if there's anything else. You said it's EA. They'll be around. Isn't there also... There's some spells, I think, right? Obviously not in Conjuration. Fire. Could have sworn there was some kind of a... Yeah. A fire spell, but... I'm not... I suppose I'm not currently seeing it. I guess let's go to the... Probably enchantment? No. Fire resistance. Oh, resist cold. Duh. There it is. I mean, it's only +5, but if you needed it to work. it could work. Yeah, I don't remember. We'd have to turn off the mod to see what it is. I think it's really low. Turn off the mod. But I mean, if you have just a little bit of fire, a little bit of cold resistance, you could maybe, I mean, you could trade for the cold resistance, I suppose, if you really had to. That was alteration. Yeah, it's level 2. Right, and I say even a little bit will keep the AI away from the Frozen Heart. So it seems very doable. And I think you're not gonna go too much into the Sayer, just because your blood is so expensive unless you find a better way in. Like, obviously they're great, but you're gonna have pretty good scales. You're gonna be having a lot of other things you're gonna sort of focus on. And the bless is good on them, but not like totally insane. It's gonna make them more blockers rather than giving them like tons of strength. But yeah, you could turn an Ami into a dragon. You could also blood empower one of our air Amis and then give them some blood items and put them on the shed train. Put that to work, and that works well. They don't take a bless, so, and they're really strong. So I think there's a lot of potential here. And I think the golden idol was the best way to do it because we had earth, blood, astral, and nature. I don't think anybody else has that mix. The wooden colossus does, but it's much more expensive. The edifice has it, but it's just giving you some mini monster summoning at the cost of a whole scale versus the idol. Good old monument. Everybody keeps trying to give me all these blessings I don't want. Or all these paths I don't want. So yeah, I'm thinking of joining a game with that. Try and get one last Hinnom game in here before we roll over into Dom 6. See if we can't put some respect back on the name. But for Mekone, we're gonna hope that Helheim doesn't attack us, which is not a great strategy, but we'll see how it goes. Till we can get our god-slaying forces together and go and take back what's ours. But anyway, with all that said, I think I'm going to go ahead and hop off at this point. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see everybody tomorrow. Hopefully people take their turns and we can take a turn tomorrow without it getting too late. I don't know if I'll stream it or not. We'll see. So I'm not opposed to it. I don't know. I think that I don't want to have to like start and stop the stream to try and make it like separating into videos. Oh boy. I don't want to like have to separate it into videos. And so putting the two together could be annoying, but I haven't thought it all the way through yet. So anyways, yeah, I'm going to sign off. Have a good night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Adios.